Okay, so today I'm going to go over the answer keys to Wednesday's assignment. So we finished, or I left off on problem 2 because I made the first video going over the first 3 problems. So now we're going to kind of pick up where we left off. So for number 2, I want you to find the surface area of the triangular prism. So let's start with the triangles first. I see that there are 2 triangles. There's going to be one in the front and there's also one in the back, even though we can't really see it. So I got to first remember what is the formula to find the area of a triangle. So for every triangle, we use base times height divided by 2. So the base of this triangle is 6. The height, remember the height is the perpendicular line on the triangle. So I know this is perpendicular because it has that 90-degree angle. That's what we're looking for. I always use that as my height, not the slant pieces. So I'm not using 3 or 4. The height makes that perpendicular line that has the 90-degree angle. So my height is 2. So 6 times 2 is 12, but I still have to divide that by 2, which gives me a surface area of 6. So that's for that front triangle. Now the back triangle is going to be the same exact thing. We can't see it, but it is parallel to my front triangle. So if my first one was 6, my bottom or my front one and back one is also 6, depending on how you want to look at it. So now let's look at the bottom piece of this triangle. So if I follow with my pen or pencil, right? If I follow the outer bottom edges, it's 10 by 6, right? It's a rectangle. If I finish drawing it, kind of looks like this. It's that bottom piece, okay? 10 by 6 are my dimensions here. So I would do 6 times 10, which gives me 60. So now all I have to do is this top piece, or I kind of look at this as like the roof of this figure here. So I'm going to outline the right side. So the right side is a rectangle. Goes like this. Its dimensions are 4 by, now I need to find this piece. So I know it's kind of hard to see, so I'm going to kind of make this a little bit neater. It's 4 by, I need to find this piece. Now, if they don't give me that number, always look at your other numbers because it is there for you. So just go parallel to it. If I just keep going straight across, I see this is 10. So I know this side is also 10. It was like the, kind of goes off this question, right? Made that rectangle. So I know it's going to be 10 times 4, which is 40. Okay, so now all I have left is the left side. So I'm going to erase this. So for my top left side, or you can look at this as the back, it's 10 by 3. I'm looking at this rectangle right here. 10 by 3, 10 times 3, which is 30. So then my final piece is add up all my numbers. 6 plus 6 plus 60, 40, and 30. Oops, plus 30. Gives me a final answer. If I add those all up, I should get 142 feet squared. Okay? All right, let's move on to number 3. All right, number 3, if you didn't watch the first video, I would pause this and definitely go back and watch it because that's where I kind of really explain how to do a problem like this. And there is one on your test that you're taking on Friday like this. So for this, I have on here, you do not need to find the top of the cube or the bottom of the pyramid. So it's like I have this rectangle and they just put on top, they took the lid off or the top piece off and they connected 4 triangles and made it into a pyramid. Okay, so let's look at the rectangle first, or the square in this case, right? So the front is 3 by 3. So that's pretty easy. 3 times 3 is 9. The back is also the same as the front, which is 3 by 3. The left side, so I'm going to erase kind of what we have so we can clearly see it. the left side is 3 by, I know if this is 3, I know this is 3. So again, I'm doing with 3 by 3, which is 9. And then my right side is the same as the left, 3 by 3, which is 9. And we do need to find the bottom of this figure because that is still there. So I'm looking at the bottom. I'm going to find the area, right? Which is 3 by 3, which is 9. So right now, that's not the surface area of the whole thing. We just kind of are taking it piece by piece. So that square that we need to find, I'm going to start adding all those up. So look, let's count how many 9s we have. I got 3, 4, 5. So 9 times 5, that gives me a total surface area for that piece only, 45. Okay, so now let's take a look at the triangles that we got. So it's like I took the top piece off and put triangles and made a pyramid on top. So I got all these triangles. Now they're all going to be the same size because if I know this is 3, I know this part is 3. So the base of my triangle here is 3. Now I do need to find the height. Remember we said the height goes, makes that perpendicular. So if I look at this, I see a little square, the 90-degree angle. So the height they tell me is 2.5. So here's my formula. Area equals base times height divided by 2. So I'm going to do 3 times 2.5, which if I do that, 3 times 2.5 is 7.5. But then I still have to divide that by 2, which is 3.75. So this is the area for one triangle. Now, I could see that I have 4 of these triangles because the top was the square and there's 4 sides to the square, so there's 4 triangles. So now I had to multiply 3.75 times 4 because there are 4 triangles, which gives me 15. Now all I had to do is, for my final answer, I had to add up the rectangle, which we got 45, plus the area of the triangles, which was 15. That gives me a total area of 60 centimeters squared. Okay? Email me if you have questions. This is a test question. And if you didn't watch the first video, watch the first video. Okay? And then let's do 4. Find the surface area of the rectangular prism. So I know this isn't a pyramid because there's doesn't come to a point, right? I can see this is a rectangular box. So let's look at the top. So for the top, here's what I got. The top piece, its dimensions are, now if I know this is 6, I also know this is 6. So for my top is going to be 13 times 6, which 13 times 6 is 78. So if I know the top is 13 times 6, I know the bottom is also 13, right down here, times 6, which is 78. So because I have 3 different numbers, 13, 4, and 6, I'm not going to have another 13 and 6 on my back right, or my front, my back, my left, and right. I already did the 13 times 6. That was the top and bottom. So now I want to take a look at the other side. So I'm going to look at the front next. The front is 4 by 6. So the back is also 4 by 6, which 4 times 6 is 24. So I know the back is also 4 times 6, which is 24. And now I had to just do my sides. So I'm going to erase this. So it's a little bit easier to see. Okay, so get a different color. Let's go blue. So my left side is going to be this. Now this one's a little bit tricky. I got to find the numbers here. Well, if I know this is 13, I know this piece is also 13. So now I just need to find this piece of the triangle. Well, I could see if this is 4, I know this is also 4, so my dimensions are 13 times 4 for my left and right side, and 13 times 4, let's do that real quick, is 52. So now what I want to do is I want to add these all up. So I have 78 plus 78 plus 24 plus 24 plus 52 plus 52. When I add all those up, you should get a final answer of 308 inches squared. Okay, this is exactly what you're going to see on your test on Friday, so please make sure you are watching these videos. Email me if you have questions. Thursday's assignment, you're going to have an Edulastic, so if you have any questions on those, I'm probably not going to make a video for that, so just email me if you have questions.